Right. During the past week, during the past month, actually, we have started our lesson and we learn about the fundamentals, the basics about internet and World Wide Web. So basically, it's about the theories. Today, we are going to do the practicals, right? More practicals, less theories. So let me explain the things, topics again, in case if you forgot. So this will be a kind of revision. So as a network, we learn about network is actually two or more connected computers or computing devices. It's using wired or wireless media, guided or unguided media. Wired, wireless media, two or more computers connected. Why? Because you need to share the resource and communication. So just think about two friends. So if there are two friends, if they are talking to each other, the reason can be either to communicate, either to tell some message, either to communicate, or the second reason is to share something. Maybe you can ask your friend, hey, I need a pen. I need your pen. Can you give me? Can you share me the note? So similar to that, why networks? Two reasons, sharing resources and communication. It's straightforward. How you can connect using wires or wireless media, guided or unguided media. That is also straightforward. Two or more connected computers or computing devices. So it is very easy to remember the definition. By remembering the definition, you can remember more things that is about wired wireless media, resource sharing communication, why fundamental networking is there. So then we learn about the history that I'm not going to revise because you can read it out. Then we learn about internet, which belongs to the public. Internet belongs to the public and it is the world's largest. It is the world's largest public wide area network. It is the world's largest public, belongs to the public, and it is the largest. It is a wide area network, WAN, which is spread out, which is there around different, which is connecting different geographical areas. Vividha Bhugoliya Pradesha Sama Sambandha, connecting different geographical areas. We learn about that as well. Okay. Then, so it is also known as a network of networks. Then there are many services of the internet. We learn about that. The number one service was web. But there are some other services. Web is only one service. So that is the most popular service. Other than web, which was invented by Tim Berners-Lee, there are many other services. So what are they? Emails. Emails is another service where you can send and receive the mails. Video conferencing, like what we do now, is video conferencing. We conference. I don't know whether that is a conference or that is kind of a recording. So because like you are not interacting, but if you are also interacting with me, if you are also answering the questions that I'm going to ask in future in next lesson, next step. So then this will be interactive video conference, right? That is also needed. Then video conferencing. Then the next is about video conferencing, file exchanging, file sending and receiving files. That is also a service. And news groups, which you can subscribe and get the news updates. That is also a service. Then instant messengers, immediate messengers that you can send using Ino, Viber, WhatsApp. Those are also services of the internet. And remote access, where you can access things remotely. I can access your computer and you can access my computer. If I give a remote session, you can log into my computer and access it. So it is very easy because I can give the remote. Here I have given remote control to Metsani. Metsani, if you accept that my remote request, you can control my machine. Right? So if you try to accept, so yes, you have accepted. Now see, you can navigate, you can go to menus, you can actually move the mouse pointer. Actually, when you move the mouse pointer, actually my mouse pointer is moving. You can see I'm not touching the machine either. So you can't see that because anyway, Metsai knows that I'm not touching the machine, but she's handling that. So can you scroll up a little? What does scroll karanna? Right, you can see here. She's doing that. That is remote accessing. That means without physically being in the particular location, right? I can stop it, okay? Without physically being in the particular location. Metsani is not coming to my place to access my machine, but she can access from the place where she is. Metsani, what is your location? Where you are now? Yes?
Gampaha.
Gampa. Okay, you are in Gampa. Today I'm in Kandy. Right? You are accessing a machine in Kandy. So you are in Gampa and I'm in Kandy. So you are accessing a computer which is in Kandy, being at Gampa. So that is the thing. Right? That is remotely. Remote access, not just for the computers. I say machines can be accessed, computers can be accessed, not just that. Cameras can be accessed, devices can be accessed, services can be accessed, which we are going to see in future, today's lesson. And another thing is very important service, cloud computing. So one student asked me, sir, today I have practical related to MS Word, but I don't have Word. My Word license is expired. Then I said, why don't you go to docs.google.com? It is also similar to Word. You can edit the documents. Okay, this is docs.google.com, which will look similar to, when I click this new one, it's similar to Word, but not giving all the features in the Word. But still you can do some text editing. You can format, bold, italic, underline, change the things, alignment changing, inserting images, saving, printing, these things are available. So this is cloud. I have not installed anything. Whenever I need, I can access it. That is cloud. So let's say I want to edit a photo. If I don't have anything to edit, I can visit a website called photofia.com. This is photofia.com interface. This is similar to, this is not the same, this is similar to Photoshop. I can go to file open and open an image and start editing using Photofia. That is possible. So let me open an image. Okay, okay, I'll open this. Then if I want, I can edit. Image adjustment, I just want to change the hue saturation. It is a bit slow because it's working in the internet. So I'm changing the hue, the color tones, you can see. It's a different color tone. Another different color tone. I'll keep it here. Prefer this one. Then the saturation, amount of the color. So I can make it less or more. More saturated, then it's ugly. So let's make it less saturated. Lightness, I can increase or decrease. Okay, I can control that. So I can edit the image. Right, those things are there. Right, let me close this. I can save the image, I can print the image. Anyway, this is online. This is fully online. Okay, so these are cloud come. This is actually software as a service. SAS, software as a service. There are some other things. I can even take a computer. I can rent a computer. I can rent the platform. I can rent the computer with the operating system. Right, that is platform. I can just rent the infrastructure and then install my own OS there. So those are possible with the cloud computing. Then we learn about the web browser. Okay, here example, Google Chrome is a web browser. When I visit google.com, it is a search engine. Sometimes students want to see the difference between these. Google.com is a search engine. Google Chrome is a web browser. Safari is a search engine. No. Safari is a web browser. In Safari also, you can open google.com. Google.com is a search engine. Safari here, this is Safari, is a web browser. Firefox is a web browser, and you can still open google.com there as a search engine. So the bigger one, which is bigger? Website or web browser? In your computer, the bigger one is web browser. That is the software that will allow you to load the website, which is google.com. But in real sense, google.com is much, much bigger than your web browser, because google.com is a server which can provide service to many clients, even millions of clients getting the same service, same time. Millions of clients can get the service, same time. So that is called this client-server architecture, where the server delivers the service simultaneously to many clients. Server delivers the service simultaneously to many clients. A server is a high-end, powerful, high-capacity, high-speed, high-processing power machine, which can serve simultaneously to many clients. That is one structure or one architecture in the internet. Whereas the service consumer or the client receives the service through a web, or not just a web client. So there are many clients. For email, there are email clients. Remote access clients are there. For instant messengers clients are there. The clients receiving the service. Client is the person consuming or receiving the service. Server is the person delivering the service. So both has, server has server software, client has client software. And the other one is the simplest mechanism, one-to-one. So it's like friends sharing things, one-to-one. No dominant party. No one is dominating. Just both parties can share. Both parties can get the service. Both parties can consume the service. No, not much restriction. It is a simple architecture that is also there in the internet. But more prominently you can see client-server architecture. Okay, today's topic, we are going to discuss about domain name. Domain name, which is a unique name given to identify an organization in the internet. I repeat, domain name is a unique name. Unique means no one else having that. Okay, let's think about the normal architecture. Let's think about the normal environment. Just think about our country. So in our country, Sampath Bank, it is unique. Only one Sampath Bank in our country. In our country, so let's say JITS. JITS is unique. Only one JITS in our country. Let's say SLIT. SLIT is unique, right? So it's only one SLIT in our country. Let's say it is Bank of Ceylon. Only one Bank of Ceylon. There are branches, but one brand name. Pereira and Sons. Only one Pereira and Sons is there. Right? Again, unique. That's a unique. That is how we identify the business in the real world. But you know, internet platform is global. Internet is everywhere. It's global platform. So here you have to be more careful, because when you get a domain, it is unique all over the world. No one else will have that. For example, google.com, unique all over the world. Only one google.com is there. Facebook.com, unique all over the world. Twitter, unique all over the world. Amazon, unique. eBay, unique. And no one else will have a duplicate eBay. Right? Original eBay, only one. That is the nature. So that uniqueness, that unique service providing entity will be identified with a unique name. Actually, they have address. Actually, they have an address that is called IP address, which we learn in grade 10. IP address, Internet Protocol address. But the thing is, we can't remember this IP address, because this IP address is a number. People cannot remember numbers easily. Why you are using phone book? So think about that. Why you are using a phone book? Because the reason is you can't remember the numbers. If you can remember the numbers, do you need a mobile phone book to keep the records? But since you can't remember the numbers, you keep to save it. You used to save it. Used to save it in a phone book. Similar to that, why we need domains? Because we can't remember these IP addresses, even though these are public, static, unchanging, and publicly available, unchanging, but still we can't remember that. That's why we have a name. So that is a unique name. Okay. So then I would like to give two more things. So now you know about domain name. So let's learn about two more concepts before we begin the practical. After that, the practical, right? So be concerned. be ready. We are going to do the practical. We are going to start our practical lesson today. Okay, please write website. Under that, please write a collection of you can say one or more interlinked pages and resources under one domain name is known as a website. Web page, a single hypertext markup language document which may link to some other resources. A single hypertext markup language document which is linked, which might be linked to some other resources. It can be an isolated single document, but mostly it is linked to other resources. Okay, web page is the master, web page is the collection. It is interlinked, it's linked to each other. It's a collection of resources under one domain name. But web page is a single document. It is hypertext markup language document. Today we are going to learn about that hypertext markup language. Finished writing?
Yes.
Okay. So then about this hypertext markup language, before that I would like to tell some more things. So you need to know about these domains we already learned. There are subdomains. Subdomains means subparts of this domain. So let's think about these three highlighted domains. All of these are having .com is the top level domain. So it can be a country specific top level domain. So sometimes google.lk, that is country specific, Sri Lanka. Google.in India, Google.pk Pakistan, Google.au Australia, JP Japan NC New Zealand. So likewise, it can be country specific or it can be top level. There's a meaning for top level, right? Org is organization, commercial, info, information, business, military, government. Likewise, there's a meaning for these top level domains. And so we call this part as a top level domain. The highlighted part in red color is the top level domain. So when it comes to Google, we call that a domain name. Together, this part is called domain, right? This is a domain. Google.com is the main domain. Google is the domain name and google.com is the main domain. Domain name you can call or main domain. Mail.google.com is a subdomain, a subpart of Google. Maps.google.com, another sub. Docs.google.com, another sub. Here you can see when you access, here this is earth.google.com. It is another subdomain. And you can say maps.google.com, which is another subdomain. So likewise, these are subparts of the domain that you need to understand before we begin. Okay, now the foundation is done. I have discussed the summary. Now it's time to do the practical part. I have discussed the summary. Now the foundation is okay. So let's start doing the practical. So today we are going to learn how to host a web page. Hosting. Hosting means storing a web page. What you are going to do? You are going to keep the web page in internet, not in your computer. So this is special. If you keep the web document in your computer, only you can access that. ඔයාගේ web file එකක් HTML එකක් හදලා ඔයාගේ computer එකේ තියපොත් ඔයාට විතරයි ඒක බලන්න පුළුවන්. But in the hosting, what you are going to do is you are going to save the document in a public place where you can access for editing, but others can access for viewing. So that is the specialty. ඔයාට තමයි edit කරන්න පුළුවන්. Only you can edit. But all the others can view it. අනිත් හැමෝටම ඇවිල්ලා බලලා යන්න පුළුවන්, නරඹලා යන්න පුළුවන්. So they will become your audience. They are your audience. Those who looking at your web page. That is your traffic. Okay, storing web page in a public location. It can be even private location. But anyway, hosting means storing it in the internet. We are going to keep it in the internet where everyone can access. Actually, to make it easy, we are going to assign a domain. After hosting this, we are going to assign a domain to make the process easy. Then others can browse, others can find, others can access our pages. So today's task, we are going to do this. Okay, first of all, I would like if somebody can share the screen. Right, those who are anyone using desktop or maybe laptop, anyone using computer can share the screen. Then I can guide him or her. Others can follow their screen. Follow that screen. Who can cooperate? Who can help me sharing the screen? Yes, please. Harder the pulwa. Anyone wish to share the screen? Actually, it's a benefit, right? If you share the screen, you are going to learn this exactly 100%, because you are the one going to do the practical. If you share, if you don't share, that is okay, you can follow. Yes, please. Okay, Metsani, thank you. I think others can see her screen still loading. Wait, I'm waiting. Okay, now you can see Metsani's screen. Right, Metsani, can you go to a new tab? Others can do the same. Anitayat ekama karanna. Please do the same. Okay. So please access web page www.000webhost www.000webhost.com. Login calendar.com. Press enter, and this is the website that you are going to load. Sometimes you might be able to load this, but sometimes you might get an error, a cache error, something like cache error. If you're getting any caching error, please tell me, I know how to correct that. Others, please go to this website. Please remember the name. So you can see the name there. What is the name? 000webhost.com. That is the domain name. That is the domain name. Okay. Then we are going to create an account. Okay, after that, after loading this page, I hope others has done the same. After loading that, you can move down. There you can see, okay, here free web hosting, it is 0. There's something called free web hosting. It is $0. So that is the most convenient option for us. So let's move little down further. And you can see there is a button after, yes, further. Right, okay. Okay, you can see after all this, further, please. Okay, you can see sign up, free sign up. That is, so you are going to get 300 MB space, limited bandwidth, no email, no support, but that is enough. We need this only, right? Go to the free sign up, please. We need the free option because we can't afford, we cannot pay for the movement. Later, you can think about paid hosting, right? Okay, there you can give your username, email address and the password. You can type your email address and don't type email password. You can type any password that you can remember. Actually, you are going to assign this to your website hosting account. Same password, right? Type the same password 2 times. Password and confirm the password. Any password that you can remember, easy one. Easy key what easy nothing. Okay, please type that. Repeat the same password again. Okay, then it is giving a challenge, asking image content in C-plane. This is to slow down and this is to stop. Actually, in the web, sometimes there are automatic bots creating accounts. To stop that, so to check whether you are a human, automatic bots la samalata මේක හදාගෙන යනවා accounts. එතකොට ඊට අපරාධෙනි. auto හදන්න දුන්නු. bot ලා කියලා කියන්නේ software වලින්. ඒක නවත්තන්න තමයි මේ වගේ challenge එකක් දෙන්නේ. To stop that, they are given a challenge. You have to mark the seaplanes. This is a seaplane, this is a seaplane, this is a seaplane. This is also, it seems it's a seaplane. I think that's it. So just mark and verify. So can you see any other? No, I don't think others are normal planes. Verify it. Okay, if captcha is successful, then after some time, you will be able to see your account. Okay, let's see, it's loading. It will take some time, that doesn't matter. Password do not match. What you have done? Oh my God, there is a fundamental mistake. Can you type it again? Type the username and password again. Type the email and password again. Password also, please type it again. Be careful. Don't do errors because it will delay. Type it again. Okay, please, yes. Yes, Lashin, they will ask to confirm through email. Yes. Yes, sign up, please. Sign up again. I think this time it will be okay if you type that correctly. Hari Bude, I think you have to wait for some time since you have just. Still giving errors. Password does not match. Still same error, I think. Don't use suggested password. Please type the password. Can you type the password, please? I think the delay happens when you type wrong password. Like you have to type the same password again, right? Repeat the same password. Mitsan, is it okay? Can you hear me? Lashan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please type the same password. So are you thinking about a password? Is it? So just type a simple part. Shall I give you a password? Type this. Right, okay. Okay, sign up now after typing. Okay, wait. Okay, I think you have to try from the beginning, seems. Shall we go back and see, Vincent? I think there's something wrong. Click it again. Click back again and please go to the website again and come from the first interface. Sign up. Then type the email and the password again. Try it again. This time you have to select trucks. That is easy. Or below also there are trucks. Hey, below also there are trucks. See that? Don't be hurry when selecting these things. Okay. Okay, click on the mail and verify. Yes, you have to verify that. So those 2 steps need to be followed. Okay, so here Pute, you have few options there. So first one is learn web development, right? So it's not the time, so we are not going to do that for the moment. Then build online web store, no. Create web designing, no. Start a blog, no. We are not going to do any of these. You can select other. Here actually it's asking to get the Chrome because you are already using Chrome. You don't want to think about that. You can skip that. Then they will ask a name for your project, your website name. You can give anything without spaces, anything without spaces, any name that you prefer. Maybe you can give your name, Metsani. And the password, I recommend you to untick this because everyone can see your password. Okay, give your name as the website name, please. And I think I recommend you to use the same password as you might forget the other passwords. So please use the same password you used previously. Kalin use කරපු එකම දාන්න නැත්නම් අමතක වෙනවා. Okay, here, what should Lashain asking questions? So what should I select when? There, would you like to do other? You have to select other from that. Other කියලා එකක් තියනවා නේද? Lashain. So there is something called other. You can select that in the below, not in the first options. Here, choose your weapon on mass creation. Right? Choose your weapon on mass creation. Actually, you are going to upload your site. That is the weapon. Right? Okay. So please come to this stage. I hope everybody has come to this stage now. If you have errors, issues, you can tell me now. Then I can help you resolve those. Okay, this is the stream that I expect at last. All of you need to come to this stage. I'm waiting till the others. Please confirm whether you got this stream finally. I will wait 2 minutes until others come to this stage. Okay, with all these things, now finally we are in the real environment of server. Now, actually, I explained what is server in the theory session. Server is a service providing agent, like it's the one providing the service. So simultaneously is providing service to many users. We learn about that. That is your server. Actually, this now you are seeing actually the interface of your server. This is what you can see here. This is your server environment. But you don't feel that actually, I know, because you can't feel any speed there because you are accessing this remotely, right? You are accessing this using your machine. Like Metsani did earlier, she was accessing my computer from her location. I'm in Kandy today and she was in Gampaha. She accessed me. She accessed my computer being in Gampaha. So it is not much fast because it depends on our internet connection. Both of us, actually, Metsani's internet connection should be good and my internet connection should also be good. And also our computers need to be fast. Then only it can be done. Here also the same situation. Here Metsani see her server, but server is fast obviously, but Metsani's connection should be fast enough to access the server and the computer also fast enough to do the tasks. Anyway, this is remotely happening in an unknown location. The server location is unknown, right? So you can see the date time. Can you see? Then you can get some idea. The date is 29 April 29 today. Time is 3:41, right? 3:41 means it's not the Sri Lankan time. In Sri Lankan context, our time is now 9:19, 9 p.m. past 9 p.m. But here you can see it's only 3 p.m. It should be right 6 hours away from our location. So still the time is evening, 3 p.m. So what should be the location? What do you think? Where's the location? Yes? Can you get the location? It is on 3 p.m. Should be somewhere in China or what do you think?
Somewhere near United Kingdom.
UK. So what's UK time now? United Kingdom. Yes, somewhere can be real closer to UK maybe. Because UK time is UK time now is 4 p.m. So what about US time? US time is 11 a.m. US time is 11. Is morning, not morning, actually noon. So then Africa? Don't know. Africa is 5 p.m. So likewise, you can just see anyway, the 3 p.m. is somewhere Egypt. No, Egypt also the same time. UK and what about Greenland? Yes, Greenland time is 13. No, it's not Greenland even. So it should be somewhere in the European region, maybe. So it's maybe UAE. So you can just, so no need to learn the country, but anyway, it's not Sri Lanka. You can see it's not Sri Lanka. It should be somewhere closer to the European region, right? Anyway, we are accessing that region now. So our server is in that location. What you have to do, Metsani, now you have to double click. Please double click on the public HTML. Public, that is main folder, public HTML. Just double click. Okay, now Lashen, you have to do the same. I think others, if you have done, do the same. Access the public_HTML, that file. Okay, you are done. And next, right after doing that, okay, then right, then please go to yes, please go to new file. You can see it is in the top. All right, that location is. Right, then, so when you click on the new file, right, you can click on the new file, then please move to, right, okay, please create a new file. The new file name should be index.html, simple, all simple. Index.html, all simple. Index.html. This is must. This is must. I'll tell why. So you can create other files also, other names also, but HTML extension can be given, should be given. But why we are giving index.html, there is a reason, because the folder main file name is, the default name is index. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් server folder එකේ හදන web වල තියෙන main file එකේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් default name එක index. ඒ හින්දා තමයි index කියලා දුන්නේ. වෙන නම් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. But why we have given index? There is a reason, because that is the default name. Okay, create it. Please create it. Oh, so can you share the screen again, Metsani? I have accidentally closed it. Can you share the screen? Okay, okay. Right, now you have index.html file. Let's edit the file. Click on the file and edit it. You can see the edit pencil in the top of, that is edit pencil, yes. Click on that. And first of all, let's write your name. We are not going to write any code. Instead of that, we are going to write the name only. Please write your name. Nama vitarak liyanna puthi. Nothing is needed. You can just write your name. Okay, you can write the full name. It doesn't matter. Okay, save and close it. Save and close. Yeah. Now we have created the file. So where did we create the file? It is inside the public HTML folder. Remember that the location is public_HTML. There we have created a file called index.html. We have edited that and then saved and closed. Now you can see the preview button in the top. Just above the size, you can see there's a button called preview. Size කියන එකට උඩින් තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. අන්න ඒක view. Yes, view button. Can you click on the view button? Not that is move button. Rename. No. Come left side. Just above the size. You can see view. Yes. Click on that. Then you can view that as a web page. You can view that as a web page. So you can see the web page has a subdomain that is metsani.000webapp.com. That is now hosted under a subdomain. This is your web page content. You have only typed the name, therefore you can see the content only. And your domain name, subdomain name is metsani.000webapp.com. This is globally available. Anyone in the globe connected to the internet can access this website now. It is globally unique URL. It's a uniform resource location. So you have one such thing for the entire world. So you can share the link with anyone. Anyone can access this. Okay, meanwhile, Lashen has created his site. Lashen, can you share me the name? So what is the name, Lashen? Is it Lashen? Yes. Can you tell me the name, Lashen? So Metsani's one is metsani.000webhostapp.com. Metsani, you try කරන්න lashen.000webhostapp.com කියලා නිකන් type කරන්න තව එක. Let's guess because he's not responding. Let's guess. .000webhostapp.com. app.com. Right, press enter. Okay, it's not. It's archive. It's not working. Can you try Lashen Tharusha? He has sent it. Lashen Tharusha. THARUSHA. Enter. Okay, this is what I said. So no need to type index.html. Default kiwe ekai. Without typing this /index.html, you can access this page because he has renamed that as Lashen. So that's the reason. Therefore, actually index.html he has created. That's the reason why you don't need to type. This index.html after the website. Metsani, please go and erase that index.html and refresh. Erase index.html part. Okay, නෙමෙයි අර අන්තිමටම තියෙන index.html කැල විතරක් අයින් කරන්න. please remove the final index.html part and press enter, and still you can access your site, right? That is what I want to show. The index kira type karanna onne. But if you have given some other name, you need to type that. That's why I ask you to not to give other names. Okay, both of you have done that. Actually speaking, I need others to come to the same level. Therefore, who has not done actually? Achira, Timasha, I think you have done. So can you also share if you have done URLs, please? Or if you need any help, please tell me, then I can extend my help. I can support you. If you need any help, can you tell me? Right, both actually I can see both sides. It's globally acceptable today. So one is Metsani dot 000 web host app.com. That is a globally acceptable one, so it's working here. The other one is Lashem Karusha. So you can see that is also working, right? So both are working. So this is 1 and this is 2. And if you have done that, your site will also be listed. So please share. Please try to share that. And meanwhile, I'll give you a small exercise. So that is, we have not learned the coding. No. Let me teach you coding. Actually, to create the web page, we are using hypertext markup language. But here we didn't use anything. We just typed our name. But the proper way of doing that is using HTML, hypertext markup language. In hypertext markup language, actually HTML is created. Right, Timasha, please do this using your, Timasha has sent, there's a problem. Okay, you can send it to me later. Please do this in using your computer or laptop or anything, even using the mobile phone possible, right? But I don't know the reason why you are getting errors. But you can do this using mobile phone also. That doesn't matter. But anyway, try to do this at home. Right, the next thing that you are going to do today, for them, actually those who have not done this using the server environment, you can still save, you can still do this in your local computer using Notepad. Notepad type karati. What we are going to do now, we are going to create a complete web page, not partial, complete web page. To that, we have some instructable language called HTML. This is called markup language. It's like makeup. Markup and makeup, much similar. Why I'm saying like that? Because makeup can decorate existing content only. Inna kenekwa lassanta pennanna puluwan aluth kenekwa hadanna bෑ. ඒ තමයි makeup. ඒ වගේම තමයි markup. Markup can decorate the things, but it cannot create new things. So actually HTML was derived from SGML, standard generalized markup language. HTML derived from SGML, standard generalized markup language. And later, because of there was highly customizable language. Therefore, what has happened later, it was merged with another language called XML. XML has rules, right? It is customizable, but having more rules. It is standard. So to give a standard, HTML was then merged with XML. Actually, this is done by the World Wide Web Consortium. They are the people responsible for this web, w3.org. That is headed by Tim Berners-Lee, father of computing. He's still there. So he's heading that. And they wanted to combine this with XML rules, and they introduced something called XHTML, which is more standard HTML. Standard because the reason is, one of the reason is actually browsers. These web browsers wanted to display HTML in different ways. Firefox, they have introduced new thing. Actually, Netscape that time. Internet Explorer, they have invented new thing. Everybody trying to invent new tags to HTML. HTML හදලා Tim Berners-Lee එක දීලා බලන් ඉන්නවා. කට්ටියට ඕන පාවිච්චි කරන්න මම වෙබ් වලට එකක් හැදුවා කියලා. දැන් කට්ටිය HTML පාවිච්චි කරනවා. වෙබ් බ්‍රවුසර්ස් මොකද කරන්නේ? එයාලගේ කී ලස්සනට පෙන්වන්න ඕන වෙනවට එයාලගේ ඒවා දුන්නලා දෙන්න. එයාලගේම ට්‍රම්. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ HTML වලට? When this happened, this is called browser war. Browsers were introducing different tags to HTML, which was not ethical. It was displayed only in the particular browser. So people love to buy that browser. People love to install that browser. So they wanted to fight. They want to get the market share. Therefore, they were fighting by introducing new HTML tags. That is why it was called browser war. එක එක browsers එයාලගේ කේ පේන්න ලස්සනට එක එක ඒවා introduce කරන්න පටන් ගන්න තියෙනවා. ඒක හරියන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක හරියන්නේ නැහැ කියන එහෙම කරන එක කැතයි. එක එක browsers එක එක දැම්මම ඒක හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක්. Therefore, what has happened? Tim Berners-Lee and his team, the World Wide Web Consortium, basically they announced that no, don't do any modification to HTML. We will introduce another thing for styling, that is CSS. You can do anything with CSS, but don't play around HTML. It keep HTML as it is, but styling can be done using CSS, cascading style sheets. Yeah, in the solution එකක් දුන්නා. Style වලට HTML වලට පුපුත් කරන්න එපා. HTML වලට පාඩුවේ ඉන්න දෙන්න. මම මේ නීති ටිකකුත් දාලා බැලුවා හරියයිද? XHTML ඒත් හරියන්නේ. XML rules දාලා බැලුවා කවුරුත් අහන්නේ නැහැ. හරියට මේක පිළිපදින්නේ නැහැ. rules නැතත් browser එකේ වැඩ කරන්න ඒගොල්ලෝ හදනවා ඊට. Because of this war, they said no, use CSS for designing, HTML for structure. Then this was reduced. Actually ඊට පස්සේ HTML modify වෙන එක අඩු වුණා. And they have come up with recent version of HTML5. That is the most recent version of HTML. And that has rules, that is modern, that has rules, that has new capabilities, new features added, and also having styling features, many more features than the old HTML, and it is actually a model. So this is how we write HTML code. So HTML code is, we call these are elements. So doc type is the declaration. This is how we declare this as HTML5 document. So this is a declaration. We say HTML5. Then HTML tag, opening tag and closing tag. So this is opening tag and this is closing tag. මේවා අපි ඉගෙන ගමු තවදුරටත්. So let's learn this in future. The opening tag and closing tag, in between that, this is like a container. Or let's say this is like a bucket. Bucket has bucket and the cover. A bucket has bucket and the cover. So when you want to put small bucket to the large bucket, we open the large bucket. Then we put the small bucket. After that, we close the small bucket. Then we close the large bucket. That is the pattern. So let me repeat. When we want to put some small bucket to the large bucket, we will first open the large bucket, put the small bucket, close the small bucket, and then close the large bucket. So this is what happening here. HTML is the large bucket. Inside that you have HTML. Inside that you have head bucket. Inside the head bucket you have title bucket. Then close the title bucket. After that you can close the head bucket. There is another bucket called body bucket. It's not bucket. Then you close the body bucket. Finally, you can close the large HTML bucket. This is what you are doing. These are the steps. So think about these buckets. Think about the bucket example. Think about this very well. So this is called nesting elements. Elements inside element. HTML, then head element inside the title element, then close the title element, then close the head element. Now fully head element is this. Inside that you have a title element. This is body element, which is independent from head element. Actually, one HTML has one head and one body. No multiple bodies, no multiple heads. Then finally the large one, that is HTML. So this is, So think about these as circles. In HTML circle, you have head circle and body circle. Inside the head circle, you have title circle. So this is called nesting. This pattern need to be maintained. Now it's your time. I will give you the time to update your website, the one that you have created. Others can write this in Notepad and save it. Others can write this in Notepad and save it. Or if you want to write this in your mobile phone, you can use this. I'll suggest you this online HTML editor. Right, you can use htmlonline.com in your mobile phone to write the HTML, right? Please write your HTML code here. In a method, you can write HTML. Here, closing tag will automatically appear. So you can write the code there. Online, it's for htmlonline.com. That is if you are doing this using your mobile phone. But if you are using this using the computer, please edit it back, and write the code there. I hope you can remember the coding. I'll give the username and password back again because I have not logged for a long time. Let me show the code because you are writing, it's still writing, right? I'll show the code, don't worry. And I'm signing in because I have already signed up. So until it comes, you can try this code. Please write this code by editing your page. I got one question from you again. All right, you have done right. Okay, Lashin, thank you. This is your link and I can right click and view the page source. Okay. Yes. Style. This is not by you. This is by automatic. This is automatically added, right? So this part is automatically added, like Ukraine war. Okay. Then here's the one, and I'm accessing public HTML. Then I'm editing the index.html file. Let me show it again. And here I'm editing it. What I have to add this doc type declaration, doc type HTML, then HTML, and then a head section. Inside head section, you have title section. Inside title, my page. And after head section, you have body section. There you can write content. Content is here, something like that. You can save and close. And finally, you can access, you can view the site. You view that, you can see the content you have created. Right click, view page source, and you can see the code also. You can see any code of any page, right? Right click, view page source, then you can see. This is automatically added by the hosting because I'm hosting in some other place now. Okay, Metsani, you can share the the URL is this one, right? I have your URL. This is your website, I think. Okay, right click, view page source, and yes, you have written that HTML head title. Okay, this is automatically added. You know, the reason is like we are in the free environment, they can add anything to our website. We can't restrict that, but we can try to edit that. I'm not sure whether it will be removed or not. I'll edit it, and that is automatically there. So that is automatically added to the section. So I can't edit it. So what I can do is I can add more things, like I can add colors. These things we will learn next day. How to do more modifications. Body can be BGCOLOR equal, let's say, green. when I save, I can access the page. It is this is and the page, and you can see the color is green. So likewise, I can add things to the page. It will be real time. It will be updated in the environment. So this is the content is here. And then, okay, you can add more things, images, everything. You can add anything that you need. We learn HTML, and after that you can modify the website. Okay, that's it for today. I'll stop from here. Please, others, those who have not done, please do this, practice it. Next day, I hope everybody will be there in the same situation, same place, so we can process from that level. That will be easier. Hosting, creating website is really needed. It's a needed skill. You can easily remember the things after doing this practical. That's the reason. For O-level ICT, you don't need this. But if you are, after you do this, you know how it is practically happening. So that is why you need to do this. Okay, I'll stop from here. Good night. See you all next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.